In this WrestleTalk news, Sasha Banks and Naomi have been officially suspended by WWE. WWE are considering a gimmick change for one wrestler, my review of SmackDown, Tempest review of Rampage, and more. Subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news videos.
Support WrestleTalk!
We're kicking off this news episode with the biggest wrestling news story of the week that everyone's talking about. Tyler Breeze is coming back to Up, Up, Down, Down, and they're bringing back Battle of the Brands. Good luck, guys, on being the second best My GM Mode series on YouTube. Oh, and also Sasha Banks and Naomi have been suspended. In the latest development in the turbulent situation between WWE and Sasha Banks and Naomi, the duo's walkout from Raw this week was actually addressed live on air on SmackDown last night. Before the main event, Michael Cole mentioned the original plan for the main event of Raw was the six-pack challenge before revealing Banks and Naomi had been suspended and their titles vacated. Sasha and Naomi took the tag championships into the office of our head of talent relations, left them there, and then promptly walked out of the arena. Their actions disappointed millions of WWE fans and their fellow superstars. So because of what Sasha and Naomi did this past Monday night, they have been suspended indefinitely, and we will have a future tournament to crown the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Hey, a tournament! Adam will be happy. Right? The statement from SmackDown, of course, didn't include any of the context of the walkout, what caused it, etc., but it's the latest very public installment of this saga. Of course, stay tuned to WrestleTalk.com for the latest on this situation. Elsewhere on SmackDown, Happy Corbin cut a promo. God. Corbin attacked Madcap Moss last week in an admittedly very good-looking spot, and Moss was out selling those injuries this week, but his absence from the screen may not just be to tell the story. As according to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE are considering changing up Moss's gimmick. Since Moss is now a babyface, WWE are reportedly considering changing up the act, and while the details are not clear on what these changes might be or how drastic they might be, Moss is in desperate need of a change-up as he is desperately uncool as a babyface. Still cracking the same jokes, but now expecting cheers instead of boos. You're still wearing suspenders, Moss. Chances are we may see a Moss vs Corbin match at Hell in a Cell, which is where we could see the new Madcap Moss, where hopefully he's not called Madcap Moss anymore, and he's actually wearing wrestling gear. The most shocking news from yesterday was that Stephanie McMahon would be taking a leave of absence from WWE effective essentially immediately. And while some had speculated that this was due to Triple H's health condition due to his cardiac event last year, Fightful is reporting that Triple H is actually back working full-time in WWE again, though his duties within the company are categorically different than they were before, which is some good news and should put some worries people had to rest. On top of that, Meltzer noted in the Observer newsletter that Stephanie's leave of absence is 100% her choice, and she was not forced or pressured to make that choice, which is also reassuring. Best wishes to Stephanie. And now it's time for my review of SmackDown in about 5 minutes. This entire episode of SmackDown was built around the tag team title unification match between RK Bro and the Usos, with several segments, video packages, and recaps throughout the night to lead to the main event. Sure, WWE, I've been down this road before. You're not fooling me. I know it won't have a conclusive finish or won't happen. The show started with The Bloodline, where Paul Heyman cut a very long promo to not really say much in the grand scheme of things. The one interesting line from this promo was Heyman saying that the Usos had to win the match tonight or they couldn't come home to the Island of Relevancy. This opening segment took a while and was fine, I suppose. Shinsuke Nakamura then faced Sami Zayn in what was a really fun opening match. This seems to be the new SmackDown formula as of late. The first match gets time, is very fun, and has drama and actual psychology built into it, like an actual match. There were a couple of great spots towards the end of this match, playing off their previous match together a few weeks ago, with Sami Zayn catching Shinsuke with a Michinoku driver on the outside, allowing Shinsuke to just make it back into the ring for a 9 count, and then Shinsuke hit Sami off the ring post and threw him into the timekeeper's area, and Sami only just made it back into the ring for a 9 count himself, which I totally bought as the finish. But then Sami immediately ran into a Kinshasa for the Shinsuke win. This was great. I'm not 100% sure what story it furthers, but it made Shinsuke look good and was a bunch of fun, so I'm okay with that. The Usos got a hype video package next. Sure, WWE, I know the match won't happen. Happy Corbin then had a Happy Talk segment. And when I say Happy Talk, I mean he cut a promo. A very long plodding, boring promo with essentially no substance that went nowhere and was a complete waste of time. Also, yes, the spot last week with the Andre the Giant trophy on the chair on Moss's neck was a good spot, but we didn't need to see it over 5 times in this segment, not an exaggeration. Corbin then destroyed the trophy. After a recap of Gulak and Walter interacting last week, the two had a match here where Walter won in a quick squash, again, though this one was less fun than their last one. Walter locked in a Boston Crab after the match and Ricochet came out for the save. I think Walter as Intercontinental Champion makes sense to me, I'm for it. LA Knight made his SmackDown debut next backstage, except he's now called Max Dupree. He's got a group called Maximum Male Models, and Sonya Deville hired him despite Adam Pearce having no idea who he was. Sure, I have no feelings on this currently. RK Bro backstage cut a promo saying that they're going to win tonight. Sure thing, guys. Yeah, that match is really happening. Shotzi cut a promo to Raquel Rodriguez and Gorilla, which was proper bad, not because of Shotzi, but because of what she had to say. Because humans don't talk like that. You're just an absurd Amazon. Don't like that at all. Raquel then beat Shotzi pretty quick. This was fine. Also in Gorilla, Shotzi didn't have a helmet, but then she entered with a helmet and then took a helmet off immediately on her entrance. Doesn't mean anything. I just thought it was funny. Xavier Woods then took on Butch next, and the group of Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch have now been given a name: the Brawling Brutes. Sure. Woods was going solo in this match, and so was Butch, despite the ring announcer saying he was accompanied by Sheamus and Holland. But once again, Woods won with the backwoods. In true Pete Dunne style, this is a bad story. Please let it end. Interestingly though, Woods backstage said it'll be a 6-man tag next week, with a 3rd member of their team being someone the Brawling Brutes wouldn't like. Hell yeah! Tyler Breeze is returning here too. RK Bro got a hype video package. You're really trying, WWE, but I'm not being fooled. The match ain't happening. Michael Cole addressed the Banks and Naomi situation as mentioned in the news portion of this video, and then we had the main event of RK Bro versus the Usos. Tag team unification match. Sure, great joke, guys. RK Bro came out, the Usos came out, the ring announcer introduced the teams, the bell rang, the match got underway and was really fun. Packed with near falls, good drama, nice hot tag from Orton. Guys, they're actually doing it. Roman Reigns came out, interfered of course, holding onto Jay, protecting him from a top rope move from Riddle, allowing Jay to splash Riddle for the win. The Usos are the new unified tag team champions. Then they attacked Riddle and Orton after the match in a really cool beatdown. Well, they did the match. The more you know. Why this didn't happen at WrestleMania Backlash, I don't know. I'm curious to see where we go from here, as it feels like the natural progression is Riddle versus Roman or Orton versus Roman, both of which are matches I want to see. It genuinely feels like Orton versus Roman is the biggest match WWE could put on right now, and if they can hold that off until a big show like SummerSlam in front of a huge stadium of people, I think that would be quite the spectacle. I'd also just like to point out how much Riddle has grown in the eyes of fans through RK Bro. Instead of being a decent wrestler but a goofball somewhere around the US title scene, he's now being positioned as one of the top wrestlers in the company alongside Orton, and wouldn't feel out of place challenging Roman for the UWU Championship, which is a massive achievement. On a side note though, the end of the show was just frankly an absurd amount of camera cuts in a short space of time. Bloodline, Orton, Riddle, crowd, Roman, Usos, Bloodline, Heyman, Riddle, Orton, crowd. Stop it. Get some help. But aside from that though, this was good, I think. I'm just surprised more than anything that it actually happened. This was a fun match, and the start of the show also had a fun match. The promos on this show were dog ass because all of them were completely irrelevant and didn't actually say anything. The wrestling was good though, and that's a big plus. This show gets a low 4 out of 5. Let's go with that. And now, welcome him back. Show some big love to him in the comments, please. It's time for Tempest's review of Rampage.
And we're back just in time for summer. Let's do it. What's going on, WrestleTalk friends and fans? Tempest is back with another review of AEW Rampage in about 3 minutes. Recorded this already because my microphone does not work, so let's do this again. This show opens up with the action already in the ring as the House of Black took on the Dark Order and Fuego del Sol. I love House of Black matches. They're all really dynamic performers and they all wrestle different styles that complement each other very well. But at the same time, these matches can be tough just because the baby faces aren't as popular as the heels. This is a cold feud, but they managed to have a fun opening trios match as Brody King hit the Gonzo Bomb on Evil Uno for the win. After the match, we got the announcement that Death Triangle will be facing the House of Black at Double or Nothing. House of Black has really sputtered the last few months, and I have to imagine it's because of Rey Fenix's injury delaying this trios match. But hopefully now we can all watch it, get it out of the way, and figure out what exactly it is that the House of Black even cares about. Still waiting to be filled in on that, actually. But this was a fun opening trios match. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. We then had our next match, which was advertised as Shawn Spears versus a Giant, and that Giant ended up being the former Killian Dane, Big Damo. That's former Board Game Club and Quizlemania contestant Big Damo. This is where a live commentator or something like that in the arena would have been really helpful, because I don't think a lot of people in the crowd knew that Big Damo was former WWE star Killian Dane at first. Shawn Spears managed to get the quick win with the C4, and I know that there are different circumstances involved. I know that Shawn Spears is the contracted talent, but if I was in charge of this universe, I simply wouldn't have Shawn Spears beat Big Damo. After the match, Shawn Spears called himself the Giant Killer and said he's going to beat Wardlow in the steel cage. This was fine, it just wasn't terribly long. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. The Young Bucks challenged the Hardys to a match at Double or Nothing, and then we got the next quarterfinal match in the Women's Owen Hart Cup as Chris Statlander took on Red Velvet. This isn't one of the top tier feuds in the AEW women's division, but I'm glad that Chris Statlander and Red Velvet got to tell the next chapter of their story. It seemed for a while that these two were just going to drift apart without much conflict between each other, but that's not the case because of Hikaru Shida's injury. Red Velvet attacked Chris Statlander's injured knee, and she hit a really nice dragon screw leg whip for a nice pop. By the end of the show, this crowd was definitely tired, but the Houston crowd was one of AEW's best. Statlander hit a blue thunderbomb, and Red Velvet hit a rolling face buster before Chris Statlander was able to roll up Red Velvet for the win. After the match, the baddies brawled with Chris Statlander, Ruby Soho, and Anna Jay, which led to later in the show as Jade Cargill challenged Anna Jay to a match for the TBS Championship at Double or Nothing. That's 3 women's matches at Double or Nothing. That's more like it. This was a good match, even if it was definitely the least promoted quarterfinal match of the women's tournament. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. We then had our obligatory TNT title segment. The TNT Championship is in the mud. I really thought AEW was gonna turn this whole thing around when Scorpio Sky won that ladder match. I thought they had built him into a perfect mid-card champion babyface, and then nope, they turned him heel again, and I really don't know what we're doing here at this point. The TNT title has taken such a convoluted path this year, and I can't say that I'm a fan of this style of booking, especially coming right off of the heels of the excellent title reign of Miro.
Can I just have Miro back, please? That'd be great, thanks.
At this point, there are just so many more people on the roster I would rather see highlighted with the TNT title than the Men of the Year. Sammy Guevara demands a rematch with Scorpio Sky, and when he doesn't get it, he smashes the TNT title with a sledgehammer, which is only the second worst thing he's ever done to that belt. Kazarian gets a few swings, and my notes just say men are mad. I mean, yeah, when are they not? Yeah, the Men of the Year were mad, even though they have a second belt that was on TV very recently. I'm quite ready to move the TNT title to another section of the AEW universe, but until then, I'm just gonna give this segment a 2 out of 5. And then we got our scheduled main event as Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson took on Dante Martin and Matt Sydal. I think Bryan Danielson has my favorite style of violent offense in wrestling. It's not just brawling, it's technical violence. It doesn't just hurt you physically, but he beats you mentally too. Psychological pain. I feel like if you get beat up being out wrestled, he's just that much smarter than you, more technically proficient than you, he's more talented than you. Dante Martin also had a fantastic sell in this match as he was able to reach the bottom rope to break a label lock. It's the little things like this that take a young babyface from being just a good babyface to a great babyface. Moxley and Danielson's rapid fire elbow spot didn't get over like it normally does, but I think that is just because the crowd was so burnt out. That being said, it led to a pretty flat finish with Dante Martin getting hit with a Death Rider, and this wasn't my favorite Rampage main event by any means, but it was still a good time, and with the 4 men involved, how could it not be? And then as the show was going off the air, Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley brawled with Jericho and company, with Bryan Danielson getting his leg caught between the ring and the stage. That was scary. Thankfully, the word is that Bryan Danielson is okay. Can you imagine? First show back and Bryan Danielson gets hurt. This was a really fun main event, and I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, but overall, this episode of Rampage was really lacking to me, and it felt like it was really populated by a number of cold matches. The matches weren't bad by any means, but they were definitely not ones that you need to go out of your way to see. I'm gonna give this show a 3 out of 5, which is below average, but that's just because Rampage has had such a high average to this point. And that just about wraps it up for me. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on this show and last night's SmackDown, make sure you go over to WrestleTalk podcast later on today, where myself and Chopper Pete will be having our first podcast together in I don't know how long. Until then, stay beautiful, brush your teeth, and don't drink orange juice afterwards. Bye-bye.
In this WrestleTalk news, Stephanie McMahon is taking a leave of absence from WWE and Nick Khan is taking over. Could WWE freeze Naomi and Sasha Banks' contracts? And is Rock versus Roman Reigns just fantasy, as one WWE star put it?